What's up guys? Thanks for tuning in to another video, and thanks to all the new subscribers who've been joining recently. Really helps out the channel and I appreciate it. So what I'm going to talk about here is what I believe is the best way to build up a passive income. Now you can do this if you've got a day job and you want to do it on the side just to get a side income, or you can also do this as a full-time thing to actually build up that passive income over a long period of time, and it's quite sustainable and it's quite regular. So what I'm talking about here is a local SEO arbitrage. So this is where you sell SEO to a client and you focus on the client retention, you focus on providing the best customer service you can to that client, and you actually outsource a lot of the work to another company. Now, this doesn't mean that you just go and find a random company and you just give them all the work and you don't do anything. There is some maintenance to this. But if you look at any kind of passive income, whether it's property or anything else, it's going to have some form of maintenance and you're going to have to be able to spend some time to maintain that. So you could go out and build up a local SEO company and do it all yourself, but that's not really going to be a passive income as such. You're going to be spending too much time. With this kind of model that I'm talking about here, you can go out and you can actually spend all your time doing the selling, whether you've got a job and you just do it on the side when you've got time off, or whether you do that as a full-time thing. But once you actually close those clients, you've only got a little bit of time that you've got to actually spend talking to those clients and making sure that they're happy, making sure that the company that is bringing the results is actually bringing results, because you don't want to be selling something and then not bringing those results. That doesn't work for anyone. Okay, it needs to be a win-win situation. So one of the reasons I like this kind of business is because it's scalable. You can build it up as fast and as large as you want to. It's just really down to how much you go out and you sell, how much you get in front of other people, and how well you actually maintain the business that's actually doing all of the work, okay? And make sure that you get the right contractors on board. If you can do that and you can provide results, then you're going to get paid monthly from each of your clients, and it's going to be, recurring each month. You're going to know exactly what you've got coming. If you go and do something like affiliate marketing or maybe a YouTube channel, okay, the amount of money that you can make, yes, it's passive, but it goes up and it goes down and it goes all over the show. So you're not going to be able to sort of see exactly what you're going to have and rely on that on a month-to-month basis. So I've actually got two companies right now, and one of them is a local SEO business. It's not an arbitrage business, but what I'm talking about here with the arbitrage is what I would do if I started again. I've been doing it for about 5 years, so I understand the industry and I've built up a team and I've got everything working inside my own business. So there's no point in me going and doing arbitrage at this point. And that's something you can always scale into later on. But from seeing how it actually works and understanding the industry, if I lost everything, this is exactly how I would do it. You'd go out and you'd close clients. So you've got no expenses before you actually go and close those clients. You don't need to have any money up front unless you're going to buy some training or find a mentor or something like that, which would really help you close more sales and actually get the work done, maybe help you actually find the right kind of people to do the work. But all you need to do is go out and sell. Once you understand what you're selling, it's reasonably easy. You only have to be able to build up the trust and make sure that you know enough about the industry and what you're actually going to be providing to let the person know, let the client know what you're actually going to do for them and show them the value of what you're going to do. So you don't want to be lying about this. You do have to put some groundwork in and actually understand the industry, understand what you're doing. But besides that, you can go out and you can close these clients and it costs you nothing. And then once you close those clients, they pay you at the start of every month. In the SEO industry, you never actually do work before being paid. Okay, you get paid and then you reinvest most of that money back into the client and you take your profit for doing the work and for your expertise. Just like a lawyer gets paid for his time and his expertise, a digital marketer gets paid as well. So that's one of the positives that I really like about this kind of passive income, is that you don't need any money to start. You can just go out there, you can do some selling and you can get that cash flow coming in. And the more you can sell, the more cash flow you're going to get coming in. So that's the first thing I like about it. The second thing I kind of touched on a little bit before is the steady income. So you're going to know how much you've got coming in. If you closed, say, one client a month for the first year, you've got 12 clients at the end of the year, and each of them pays you, say, a minimum of $1,000. You know you're going to have $12,000 cash flow every month. Now, you're going to have your expenses and all that, but because you've got it as a package with another company that's going to be going through and doing all the work, you know exactly how much profit you've got. So let's look at a scenario here. Let's say that you invest 12 months into building out this passive income. And in that time, you've been working your day job. So you just, you're sending out emails, you're ringing people, you're talking to family, friends, you're talking to business owners. You need a plumber to come to your house to go fix your tap, and you talk to them about getting in more leads, and you manage to close, say, 10 different clients over the space of that year. So in that year, you've made $10,000 in passive income. Every single month, you're going to have $10,000 coming in. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that you make $10,000 profit. You need to be able to invest that money back into the client's website. You need to be able to bring those results, and you should want to be bringing those results and maybe investing more money in the beginning, because if you can build up that rapport and you can build up those results and actually get them a whole lot more money, then you can obviously upsell to AdWords and all these other types of marketing, which is going to bring in more money again on top of doing the local SEO. But that's for another story. Let's just say that you've got $10,000 coming in every month. So that means that you can focus on that $10,000. You can say, okay, maybe it costs me $600 per client per month to outsource all the work. So you're making $400 each month off each client, making you $4,000 passive income every month. And you can reinvest that into doing some other marketing. Maybe you're going to put some money down to buy a house. Maybe you're going to get some cryptocurrency or whatever it is to build up your other passive incomes. So before we get too carried away, let's talk about some of the pros and some of the cons that can come with building up this kind of business. So one of the main things that I like about it is it's in demand. And I've been doing it for the last 5 years, this digital marketing and SEO, and it's only growing in demand around the world. There's more and more businesses that are stepping out of the old ways of doing print, TV, and radio and starting to focus more on doing digital marketing like SEO, like AdWords, Facebook retargeting. And the reasons they're doing that is not only is there more businesses coming out, more people are leaving their day jobs and working for other people as employees and starting their own businesses, but people are actually realizing that most people search for what they're looking for these days, and it's only going to become more people doing that. You know, it's the amount of people that actually look online for something is so much higher than it's ever been, and it's only going to go up. People don't use the yellow pages anymore. So in that way, it's going to actually be easier as time goes on to actually sell these services. And yes, there is more and more people that are coming in and selling these services, but a lot of them are just trying to sell. They don't actually understand it. So if you can actually put a lot of effort into this and understand it, you can stand out as being a better service than a lot of those. And you're going to get that client retention, which means you're going to get that recurring income for a lot longer, as well as referrals and everything else that comes with it. So another positive, as I was talking about before, is the steady income. You're going to know how much you've got coming in each month. And that's going to allow you to scale. It's going to allow you to rely on that income. And it's going to allow you to reinvest and know what you can reinvest on a month-to-month basis. It really does help you out compared to going for other kinds of passive incomes. So we sort of touched on the third one, which is that you only need to reinvest money into the client when they actually pay you. So they pay you at the start of the month and you reinvest, and then you've got the profit for doing all the work for the rest of that month. So it doesn't have the high startup costs like buying property. You don't have a whole lot of time that you have to invest like a YouTube channel, or you don't have to create awesome blog content to be able to do affiliate marketing or anything like that. So it's got a low point to entry, which means that anybody can get out there and get this done as long as they can understand what they're actually selling and they can get out there and actually sell it. So the fourth thing that I love about this is that it's completely scalable. Okay, you can go and do this as a side hustle and maybe build up 4 or 5 clients, and that might take you 4 or 5 hours per month of managing those clients, plus maybe a few hours of managing your outsourcing team. And so you don't have a whole lot of time to invest into it, but you've got that amount of money coming in on a month-to-month basis, and you can do it while you've got your day job. So it's kind of like, it's helping you get a bit more extra money that maybe you can cover all your expenses and then, reinvest your other money from your job into other passive incomes or anything like that. But you can also go through and scale this into a full-time job where you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars per year. And I know it's doable because I do it myself. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that are doing it as well. I talk to a lot of them while I've been traveling around the world and talking to a lot of entrepreneurs that do like the local SEO or Facebook ads. It's very scalable, and you've got the potential of selling in pretty much any country and living wherever you want, because you're not tied to a day job. So the potential that you have of living the lifestyle you want doing this kind of business is just, it's completely different to having a day job. So that also leads me into the fifth one that I like, which is that you can actually do this while you've got a day job. Okay, there's no reason why you can't spend a couple of hours each night, or even just an hour each night, emailing people or calling people or doing whatever it is that you want to do to get in front of people to actually get your business going and get your services out there. And that doesn't cost you any money, and you can do your day job, okay? At your day job, you might see a whole lot of business owners. Depending on what you do, you might meet a lot of people. So you can just talk about it and you can get more referrals and get more business that way. So it's not like you have to leave your job and, start this. You can do that, but obviously you want to have some kind of an income coming in before you go and do that. So the sixth thing that I like about this is that it's highly lucrative for you and for your client. If you can rank your client's website and say they're on the second or third page and you get them to the first page or even in the top 3 positions on the first page, the amount of business that they're going to get is going to be exponentially larger than what they've actually got from the online marketing if they weren't on the front page. So you can actually bring in a whole lot more business and a whole lot more profit. And if you can do that, if you can achieve that because you've got a good team, then they're going to want to invest more money with you. You're going to be able to sell them on AdWords, you're going to be able to sell them on any other kind of business because it's going to bring more business to them and they're going to trust you and trust that you can, and you definitely can. The more money that they pay you, the more you can invest and the more money you can bring back on a return on investment for them. So that's one of the reasons I absolutely love this kind of passive income, because it just grows. If you can provide results, it grows in the background. You'll have people coming to you that want more. They want a better return on investment, and you can help them with that. So the last positive that we'll talk about this is that it's rewarding. And this is one of the best ones in my opinion, because you start feeling good about yourself. I'm not saying you don't feel good about yourself already, but you'll feel great that you're actually helping out a business and you'll see them grow. And when you talk to them, you'll get that joy of being a part of someone else's business and really helping them to achieve what they want to achieve. And that itself is an awesome feeling. And being paid to be able to do that is just the cherry on top. So that's all the positives. Now I want to talk about some of the negatives that you may run into if you try and build up this kind of business. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is that you need to be able to sell. If you can't go out there and sell, it doesn't matter how good your service is, you're not going to be able to get that passive income. You're not going to be able to get that monthly income from clients unless you can sell it to them. Now, this doesn't mean you have to go out and learn how to be a slimy salesman and lie about things to get a sale. That's not going to get you very many sales, trust me. What's going to get you sales is being able to be honest, being able to explain what you're actually going to provide to them so that they can see the value, and being trustworthy. If you can be 100% honest, okay, you're going to be able to close a lot more business. And if you can close a lot more business, you're going to get a lot more confidence, which is going to help you close more business as you're moving forward. So you want to be able to understand what it is that you're going to be selling. You want to understand and be able to answer any questions that they ask there on the spot. Okay, you need to be able to show that you know what you're talking about. So in that way, you've got a bit of a learning curve because you have to understand it, but that doesn't mean that it's impossible. It's not that hard to do. If you go and spend a few hours each night actually learning about digital marketing, you can get there very quickly. And then you can convince people and show people that you can actually provide those results. And of course, you need to be able to provide those results. You can't just sell them and then just find someone random and hope that they're going to provide the results, because that's not going to keep client retention up. It's going to give you a bad name. You'll get bad reviews on your business. Okay, you want to be able to provide those results and you want to be able to sell those results. Another negative is it's not 100% passive, or at least it's not in the beginning. You have to spend a lot of time to actually go through and build this up. Not only learning it, not only selling it, but getting the right team in place to be able to actually go through and provide these results the way that you want them to be provided, and to make sure that it is actually bringing results. You're going to have some back and forth with your clients, especially when you first start out with a new client. Okay, the first month or so, they're going to want to know that you're doing your job, that they're just not paying you for nothing. So there'll be a lot more communication in the first month. But once the first month's gone through, and if you're providing results, if they can see that you're providing results, then it drops off quite significantly. And maybe you need to spend an hour or 2 hours per month with that client, just talking to them on the phone, or just sending them reports, or whatever it is that you've got an agreement with that client. And you might need to spend maybe an hour with the outsourcing team as well, working on building up the systems and making it better and ensuring that the reporting is working and everything's going according to plan. So there is some time that is involved, but even if you go and invest in a house or something like that, or in property, you're going to have to spend some time, okay? It's not 100% passive, and all the best kinds of passive incomes aren't 100% passive. The most lucrative ones are going to take some time, but you can definitely build it up so that it is passive. If you go and you close, say, 10 clients, and you just want to sit with 10 clients with, $10,000 coming in on a monthly basis, or $10,000 in, passive income that you obviously have to reinvest some, then you can do that and you won't have to spend too much time selling if you're just going to leave it at that 10,000. So you can build up a passive income, but while you're building it up, it's going to take some work. So the third sort of negative or con towards this is it's going to take a bit of time to learn what it is that you want to provide. So even if you're just going out and selling someone else's package, you can't just learn their package. You've got to understand what they're doing and the ideology behind it. You need to know why it's happening so that you can portray that in the sale. So there is a bit of a learning curve, and if you want to shortcut that learning curve or cut that learning curve in half, then make sure to subscribe to this channel, because I'll be giving out all the information required to actually be able to sell these services and to be actually able to know why you're selling it and what you're selling. Okay, that's what I'm going to be covering on this channel coming up, as well as I'm going to go into cryptocurrency and a whole lot of other things for learning about building a passive income and how to actually live a passive lifestyle. You know, I do it full time right now. I travel around the world. I've just been in Thailand and I'm now in Panama. And, you know, even if you just want to live at home and spend time with your family, you can benefit from what I'll be throwing out on this channel. So make sure to subscribe if you want to know more about that. So the last thing that I want to cover that might be classed as a negative is finding the right team. So you can't just go out and sell this and find a random freelancer and hope that he's going to provide the right services. You want to find a company that's got the foundations, that they've got the standard operating procedures, and they've got the people in place already. They're already providing the same service that you want to be providing, and you want to resell that. But you also need to be able to make sure that they're going to do everything on time, that it's actually going to be able to bring back results, because the way that the algorithms work is they're always changing. And if the team that you're working with isn't doing research and development, then what you're going to find is they're going to have an outdated service that's not going to provide as much of a result as you want. You know, they have to be able to build links, they have to be able to do the on-page stuff, making tweaks. You know, they have to be able to research what's already ranking in Google and pretty much figure out what is happening on those sites and replicate it on the site that you're trying to rank. So there's a lot of work that goes into it, and you need to make sure that you've got the right team. So if you like the sound of this kind of income and you want to build something up similar, then go and check out automatedagencies.com. You can sign up on the waiting list, and what I'm going to be doing is I've got a course in the making. We're actually testing it out right now, and it's got everything that you need to know, from going from a beginner to closing your first client all the way through to actually providing the services, getting the reporting done, and automating the system as much as possible. We also offer a members only service where you can go through and pretty much outsource all of the services like I've been talking about here. We do all of the link building and show you how it's done so that you can build up this kind of company. Now, it's not released yet, but anyone who gets on the list is going to get an offer to be able to get into this right at the start at a lower price point. I'm going through and making sure that everything is perfect before I actually go through and launch this. So if you're interested, again, check out automatedagency.com or subscribe so that you can get alerts when I do actually release this course. And if you just want to know a little bit more information, but you're not really interested in signing up to the course, then let me know in the comments below and I'll answer any questions you've got as soon as I possibly can. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.